Welcome back. It's Alyssa with Holistic Living again. Welcome back to part 2 of November's tarot read. So for this question, I found it necessary to ask about this and the people that got that and what's going on with that. What's the energy around that in November? What are we going to see with those people? So I mentioned this before, but that was very much a power lesson. It was very much a soul spiritual decision. So for those that got that, even if they were aware of it or they weren't afraid of the actual illness, getting that was still a fearful decision. So they were still fearful of something, whether it's a job, whether it's another person, whether it's from the illness itself, whatever reason, whether it's just because they're afraid they're not going to be able to roam free to do things, whatever it is, I wanted to see behind it, what is the November energy that we're going to see with those people. So the first card I got was the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups, you see how he's sitting there and he's got all this in front of him and he's being offered something else and he's just sitting there with his arms crossed, wanting nothing to do with it. So the Four of Cups, I feel that they're going to have no interest. They're not even going to want to know everything that comes out about it. Now we know a lot of people who are, in the, not on the mainstream media, but the underground news channels or in communities like this or some others that show you information, that tell you in our, each of our ways, what's going on with that. But I feel that it's like they're not going to want to hear it and it's going to really shake them. So something I feel in November is going to flip with that narrative. It's already crumbling. They just want you to get endless, just keep going, get 1,000 of them forever. It's ridiculous. So the energy behind it feels to me that it's going to kind of be crushed. The narrative is going to be completely flattened. So there's going to be something that comes in to squish it, is what I see. So we all know this, but there's going to be something else. Something's going to come out of left field to really wake a lot of the people up, especially people in healthcare, right? So that was the first one I got. The second one I got was the Magician reversed. Now the Magician reversed means it's in the head space, it's psychological, it's mental. So there's an imbalance mentally. You feel fooled in a way, and in a way where, obviously the magician in itself, we know, is a trickery, it's not real. But it's the illusion that it is real. So it's throwing that in their faces. So I see a lot of, I almost see these people needing medical help. But so we'll follow that by the Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is, what I was seeing with this was a 50-50. So what I mean by that is, in order for these people to stay and resonate within the earth space, they're going to need to raise their frequency. So now, I've talked about different ways how you do that. You can read different things about how you do that. I do coaching about how you do that. I talk about it on lives for everyone to see. Frequency is key, I can't stress that enough, how important your frequency is right now. It is your currency. It is your power. It is your strength. It is everything. These people are going to have a 50-50 chance. So what I mean by that is they're going to have a moment like this that's going to hit them like a ton of bricks, where they're going to either wake up in that moment or they're going to go quite the opposite downhill. So it's up to them, and it's all 50-50. Now, that's not everyone. I will say that's a good amount of them, but there are a part of the collective that it was their sole choice to not be here in New Earth for different reasons. And so they may be exiting in that time. Because I do see this is a standstill. Two of Swords is a standstill. It's the need to pause and wait and not act. So a lot of these people may just take a minute and take a step back and say, oh my God, I need to process, like I can't even process all this. So those may be the people that get hit, and in that moment they wake up and they kind of are awake, and they're like shaken awake, and they need a minute to just back off, back up, and process everything. So there's definitely two groups, and one group has a 50-50 chance of waking up, so it's up to them. It's always up to you, but it's really up to them. And the other half, the other part is just destined. It's not half and half, but the other part is destined. They're destined to not be here in this time, and that's different people. This is for different reasons and different people. But I feel related to that. It was a soul choice. It was a soul decision. So there's a lot more that goes into it that I can't talk about on here. So that's what I got for that for November. So it's more, you're going to see some shifting. You're going to be able to see it in those types. So that's what I got for that one. So stay tuned for part 3.